The coffee shop was unusually busy that morning, but Maria barely noticed. For the past 3 years, her life had been painted in shades of gray. Her laughter had faded, her heart carried a constant ache, and every sound of a boy's laughter outside made her freeze. 3 years earlier, her 7-year-old son, Daniel, had vanished without a trace from a park only a few blocks away. The police search had ended months later with no answers. Friends told her to move on, but how could a mother move on when her child might still be out there? Every morning, she put on her coffee shop apron and forced herself to keep going, hoping that somehow, somewhere, life would give her back what it had taken. That morning, Maria balanced a tray of cappuccinos, weaving between crowded tables when a deep voice caught her attention. "Yes, I'll pick up Daniel after school." She froze. Her heart skipped. The tray in her hands trembled, and a latte nearly tipped over. She told herself she must have misheard. There were many Daniels in the world. But something in the way the men said the name, warm, gentle, as if it truly mattered, rooted her to the floor. She set the tray down at a table nearby, pretending to wipe crumbs, her ears straining. The man was sitting alone by the window, speaking quietly into his phone. "Yeah, the same school as last year. He's excited for the science fair." Maria's chest tightened. Her son had loved science fairs. Her Daniel would stay up late building volcano models, his face glowing with pride. Her mind raced. Could it be? She had learned over the years not to let hope rise too fast. False leads had broken her before. Still, she had to know. When the man ended his call, Maria walked over, her voice trembling. "Excuse me, sir. I'm sorry, I couldn't help overhearing. You mentioned a boy named Daniel. How old is he?" The man looked surprised. "He's 10. Her knees went weak. 10. The exact age her Daniel would be now. "And his hair? Is it light brown?" she asked. A shadow of suspicion crossed the man's face. "Yes." "Why?" Maria's voice cracked. "Because 3 years ago, my son, Daniel, disappeared. He would be about your Daniel's age now." The man's eyes softened, but there was something guarded in them. I don't know what to say. He's my foster son. I've had him for about 3 years." Maria felt the room tilt. Foster son. 3 years. Her heart pounded as she fumbled for her phone and pulled up the only picture she still had of Daniel on her lock screen, his gap-toothed grin, his eyes bright with mischief. She held it out with shaking hands. The man's face went pale. That's him." Her breath caught. "Where is he?" The man's voice dropped. "At school. But listen, I don't know the whole story. He was brought to me by social services. They told me his mother wasn't around." Maria's vision blurred with tears. "That's not true. I've been looking for him every day." The man hesitated, torn between the love he clearly had for the boy and the truth standing before him. "If you're telling the truth, then we need to handle this carefully. Please, come with me. Let's go to the school together." The next hour felt like a lifetime. They drove in silence, Maria's hands trembling on her lap. She was terrified, terrified of being wrong, terrified of being right. When they arrived, the man spoke quietly to the school office. Within minutes, a small boy stepped into the hallway. His hair was a little longer, his cheeks a bit fuller, but Maria would have known him anywhere. "Daniel," she whispered. The boy tilted his head, studying her face. "Do I know you?" Maria knelt, tears streaming. "I'm your mom. I never stopped looking for you." For a moment, he stood still. Then his eyes widened. "Mom." His voice cracked on the word, and he threw himself into her arms. She held him so tightly she could feel his heartbeat against hers. The world disappeared. Later, the truth came out. Daniel had been taken by a neighbor with a history of mental illness, who abandoned him in another city when the pressure grew. With no identification, Daniel had been placed in foster care under a different name. The system had failed to connect him to the missing child reports. It took weeks of legal work and countless meetings, but eventually, Daniel was home with Maria for good. The foster father, though heartbroken to lose him, promised to stay in touch as a friend in Daniel's life. On the first night back in their small apartment, Daniel crawled into her bed, whispering, "Don't let go again." Maria kissed his forehead. Never. Not for a single moment. And for the first time in years, she fell asleep with a full heart, knowing that no matter how dark life became, hope had found its way back to her.